Well, to start the research journey, what should you do? This is an important question that someone asked me. How should I start my research journey? The research and publication is something which happens when you are in a community. So, joining community will help you become life member of research and publication bodies, become an active institutional member of different forums. That is the starting point. And research and publication should always be with a clear concept in mind that you're going to bring greater prosperity to the world. You're going to help the world. You have to write, means you have to use your pen with a clear purpose in mind. Your pen is very powerful, dear friends. Your pen is very powerful. Use this pen with a very clear purpose in mind. Your purpose should be to help the mankind. If you cannot use this pen, then don't do any writing. Writing should always be with purpose. And the purpose has to be better one, the mankind, better development of mankind, better, transformation of this world. Your purpose has to be transformation of this world. So write with the purpose and join academic forums. That will help you in your development, that will enable you to contribute to research and publication. I always believe that we should always write with clear purpose. If somebody is doing research on poverty, then the purpose is very clear: to bring egalitarian society, to end poverty, to enable the poor people to earn reasonable good amount, to impart livelihood training, to impart skills, to undertake research on the current state of poverty. So what should a person do? The person should immediately find out communities of academicians, community of researchers, community of writers in the domain of poverty, so that you are able to echo, you are able to understand what other people are doing, you are able to contribute to the pool of literature, and your writing is getting the required audiences. You write, but if there are no audiences, then you also feel dissatisfied. You do not have a motivation to write. But when you write and you are able to contribute to the right audiences, you feel motivation. You are able to, get a motivation to write. You can keep on writing in this way. And this is how your academic journey proceeds ahead. So the academics is a journey whereby you use your pen to drive certain objectives. And those objectives should be overall the benefit of mankind. You may take up the noble goal of ending poverty. You may take up the noble goal of bringing better research. I believe somebody should undertake research on the quality of research. Somebody should start research on the quality of research. What kind of research we people are doing? What kind of because research involves time, money, resources. If anybody is doing research, there is investment. So research should be for noble cause. So somebody should undertake a study on what kind of research we are undertaking, what kind of research projects we have taken up, what kind of research projects are being targeted upon, what kind of research projects get funding, what kind of research projects are the goals of the governments. So that's very important. If somebody is investing in the name of research into research projects involving development of nuclear weapons, development of chemical weapons, biological warfares, and that research is destructive to the mankind. Therefore, we need to proceed ahead towards responsible research. I firmly believe that we should, all researchers, all writers, should write on the theme responsible research. We should advocate responsible research. So, responsible research means we are promoting research which will bring about sustainable development, which will bring about greater happiness, which will bring about prosperity, which will end poverty, hunger, deprivation, discrimination. So, the research has to be with a purpose. If we are doing research with a purpose, we are contributing towards responsible research. I wrote an article on responsible research. You can find on Google. If you can write on responsible research, Trilok Jain, you can find it. So responsible research is the need of the hour. We should all move towards responsible research. And we should create professional networks, academic networks, writers networks, so that it's an ecosystem. We start enjoying writing. We are finding a large number of writers contributing, a large number of writers writing about it. And it happens. You pick up absolutely new subject which you think is important, and you invite others to write, and then soon that subject becomes so popular, a lot of people are writing on that, and an ecosystem is created for the writers. The new writers are easily able to pick up the topic, they are able to contribute to the topic, and soon that topic becomes a discipline itself. Yes, as soon as everybody is writing about it, that becomes a discipline itself. So, whatever the topic is, whatever the subject is, goal is clear. Goal is positive. Positivity. Society's development. Development of mankind. Development of universe. Sustainability. Sustainable development. Development of environment. That is the goal. Rest other things are minor things that can happen. And you pick up everything from the research topic formulation to research methodology issues to research process. I share with you when I was taking up qualitative study. At the time, qualitative study was not very popular in other universities except SIAMS. So when I took qualitative study, I started writing about qualitative research methods. What should be done? What kind of qualitative methods should be used in which context? How it should be used? What are the benefits of qualitative research methods? Things like that. And a lot of people started writing about it. And I also got an opportunity to speak at many FDPs on qualitative research methods. And I was able to contribute to the movement of qualitative research. Lot of people started in asking me to speak on qualitative research. I went to XIM Bhubaneswar and many other institutions to give my lecture during research methodology workshop on qualitative research. Soon, many people started writing about it, many people started talking about it, and many people started using qualitative research methods. So, you start, if something new is there, don't worry. You start, other people will also join. If you will start, there will be a long crowd after you. So don't worry, you be the first. You be the first to start. And when you will start, there will be many people to follow you. Many people will join you. You start. Your journey is just a beginning. It will become a crowd in the years to come. So you start. Take up absolutely new field of study and start writing about it. That will help you. And try to promote the open source movement. Open source movement, which you can call in software field, we have open source softwares like Ubuntu. While in academics, we have CC. C is for copyright, but CC is Creative Commons. So try to promote such things. If you are not fascinated with CC, you can create a new network. Who says that you have to follow CC? You can create a new network. But my recommendation is you should promote that knowledge should be free. Knowledge should be shareable. Knowledge should be accessible to everyone. Knowledge should pass on from people to people with due acknowledgement, no problem. I'm not asking that acknowledgement should not be there. Acknowledgement may be there, but it should be free to share. It should be freely accessible to everybody. It should be free to be spread. The more we spread knowledge, the better it is. Because after all, if you feel that something is useful for mankind, why don't you share it with everybody? You should share. You have got so many things from this world without copyright, and that's why you have become so successful today. Your growth is because many people did not put restriction of the IPR laws. You grew. Now, when it's your turn to help the society, you are bringing in Copyright Act in between. You say, no, you cannot read my contribution, you cannot share, you cannot read my knowledge because that is copyrighted, you cannot do it without my consent. So I am requesting, let's encourage everybody to share knowledge. Let's encourage everybody to create a world where we are all sharing knowledge. We are all sharing our wisdom. We are all sharing our expertise. Whatever knowledge we are able to develop, we are sharing with the world. And obviously, the teaching community generally believes in sharing knowledge. It is some commercial organizations who bring in those limitations for us. Yes, Rupali ma'am, you want to ask something? Yes, you raised your hand. You can ask me. Okay, thank you. So we are discussing about our role as contributor to the knowledge, as contributor to the world. I always give the example of Wikipedia. Wikipedia has become a symbol of contributed knowledge. No individual has contributed. It is a collective contribution. Large number of people have contributed. You can also contribute. You can also join Wikipedia. You can also contribute something. So the ability to create a shared community, ability to create a platform where everybody can contribute is really important. Wikipedia has done wonderful. Many people have come up and started academic networks to create a platform for academic sharing. ResearchGate is another example. Have you seen ResearchGate website? Try to see it. If you are not registered, you can register. You will keep on getting notifications. You will keep on getting information about what people are writing, who is reading your paper, what people are writing, what is the questions that people, academicians are asking each other. It's a good forum. Why don't you also try to establish such forums? If some of you are good at internet, you can create a forum using some blogspot or some other network, and create a forum where a lot of researchers are able to interact, they are able to communicate, they are able to ask questions, they are able to reply each other. Just check the website of ResearchGate. You will get some clues. What can you do? How you can do? What can you do to create a better academic network of research and publication? Another forum is SSRN, Social Science Research Network. Search on Google, you will find it. It's also a very good forum. I'm also a member of this. I'm also a member of ResearchGate. And in Social Science Research Network, you can also publish your papers and get very well cited. The papers published in SSRN, Social Science Research Networks, are very well cited. A lot of people cite them, quote them, refer them. So your citation index keep on improving. But you have to write something related to social science field. Then we have academia, another network, academia. Again, it's a very good forum. Search on it, you'll find it. So you can start writing and publishing through these forums. And these forums will transform you. The forums are so active. A lot of young people come forward there. They write to others, each other. They share, they contribute their papers. And in SSRN, I get amazed. There are some people who have written thousands of papers. They have got thousands of citations. When I look at them and their profile, I get surprised. The SSRN publishes ranking of scholars all over the world based on their academic inputs, based on their contribution, based on their publications, based on their articles. So I was amazed to see some, my rank was something 400, something like that. And so many research scholars, so many young age researchers, writers, they are writing hundreds of articles. I was amazed to see their contribution, their ability to contribute. Of course, sometimes watching these young people making progress, puts you in an indigenous, you find nowhere. You find that you have made no contribution. But then you also get motivation, inspiration. You look at how these young people are contributing to the field of academics, how much effort they are making, how much hard work they are putting in, what kind of themes they have taken up to write. You find all these things, and all these things inspire you, isn't it? Because, frankly speaking, we are just bundle of thoughts, and those bundle of thoughts, those ideas, those thoughts, those dreams that we have determine what we are. If my thoughts change, I am changed. If my thoughts convert from positivity to negativity, I am a different person. I am no longer Trilok Kumar Jain, which I am today. If my thought processes lead me towards positivity, greater and greater positivity, I'll become the God in itself. Just change in my thoughts can enable me to become a God. Just change in thought can lead me to become a demon. So what I am is because of my thoughts. And my thoughts are determined to a great extent on my academic ecosystem. What I am, what I am is because of what I am thinking, and what I am thinking is because of my inputs, isn't it? So, it is our duty, all of us should try to promote academic writing, all of should try to establish and contribute towards network of academic communities, writers communities, forums of writers. Let's create as many academic forums as possible. At least those of you who are tech savvy, those of you who are youngsters, must each of you should establish one academic forum. And in that academic forum, you can do many activities. You can publish, you can review, you can ask others to share their publications, you can ask everybody to ask questions to each other and reply to each other on issues related to research. You can pub index and give ranking to different journals. You can give rankings to different online platforms for publications. So I've listed down already some 7, 8 activities. So these are the activities that you can do in an academic forum. You can start an academic forum, or you can join an academic forum, which is a forum which is already available. And in this way, you can start contributing. You can change the world through your academic inputs. So we want to be an active academician. We want to become an active contributor to the world. But how are we going to do it? That is important. So we have to contribute to this world through our academic inputs, through our writing, through our pen, with a very clear purpose, what we want to achieve. If you are an active member of, let's say, ResearchGate, and you wrote a paper, my experiments on ending poverty, or research study on poverty alleviation programs and their outcomes. So when you publish this paper, what happens? A lot of people read that paper. And when they read, they start commenting on your paper. What have you written? What is your thought process? They start writing back. And in this way, an academic initiative starts. And slowly, slowly, you build up an academic environment, an ecosystem, which will ultimately contribute to development of this world, which will ultimately help you in transforming this world, isn't it? So you achieve a grand objective, the mighty objective, through your pen. Your pen enables you to contribute to this world, isn't it? List down academic forums, list down research forums, prepare, become a member of academic networks. Many universities have started academic forums, open communities. They share publications in those academic forums. These academic forums are open bodies. You can join them. Professional societies, academic bodies, you should join them. Some have some membership fees, which is generally not very high. So if you feel that this is really important, you may contribute. You may join that academic forum. And in this way, you will start contributing to the field of research and innovation. I would like to ask you, what do you understand by public domain work? You can search on Google and reply me. What is public domain work? Different countries have different duration of copyright laws. The protection of copyright varies from country to country. Generally, it lasts for 60 years. 60 years from the death of the creator. You created something, some new music, some music song, some academic content, some writing, something. So when you create it, this is copyrighted immediately. As soon as you create it, is copyrighted. You don't have to get it. If you get copyright certificate, that is up to you. But even if you don't get, the moment you create, copyright starts. And this copyright is with you till you are alive, plus 60 years. Right? This is general law. But generally, I am saying, but again, it varies from country to country. Different minute details are there. And thereafter, it becomes a public domain property. Thereafter, it becomes a public domain property, means people can start using it afterwards. So when you find, if suppose Kalidas ji had written something, now Kalidas ji wrote some novels or some plays, whatever you call it. Those plays are today available in public domain because, as I mentioned, copyright law or intellectual property laws, they give protection for a few years as per the law. Thereafter, it becomes public domain property. It can be used for the benefit of the world. So public domain property means if an article was published, say in 1900, or if like F.W. Taylor wrote about scientific management in 1915, and if 60 years have passed away since the death of F.W. Taylor, then those papers have today become public domain property. Or if Chanakya had written on political economy, now those manuscripts, those articles that Chanakya wrote, they are today public domain property. Isn't it? So we all contribute to the world through our academic writing, through our academic inputs, and let us all make it our purpose that we will always write with a clear purpose in our mind. And we'll try to see through our academic writing, the world is a better place to live. We would like to see that the world is really a happy place. We want to create more happiness in this world through our pen. Our pen is the most important instrument that can help us in achieving greater prosperity and happiness in this world.